So I genuinely believe that anyone can make their own video game using AI, and I believe that AI can really change your life if you use it the way you want to use it, and you can really turn what I believe is your interest into real life. Now, to give you a bit of context, I spent 2.5 years building a business which I came to hate. It was a LinkedIn lead generation business, and I got into it for all the wrong reasons. And it was mundane, it was repetitive, I did the same thing every day, and I frankly burnt out and I hated it. And now, one of the things which I then transitioned to doing was looking at making my own video game because I enjoy playing video games. I'm sure, you and plenty of other guys do enjoy playing video games the same. I think us as gamers, we've always thought about, okay, well, what if I could make my own game? If I and it's the thoughts of, okay, if I made my own game, I'd probably do this, and it would be cool if I could have this, and so on and so forth. But it always seems out of reach. And I felt that for myself. And when I got rid of that business, when I, got rid of all my clients and such, I thought, right, well, what could I do instead? And it was the thoughts of, okay, well, if I enjoy playing video games, but I've used AI, a few times in my business, then maybe I can make something work. And, through just putting time and effort in, I was able to have make my first game demo. And that was a really big milestone for me because it realized, right, well, what more could I do? And I'm still working on the full game sort of as we speak. But the point being is, what was really nice and what I really enjoy about this process is that compared to the usual approach where you learn loads of code, I could actually really enjoy this process. Right? Don't get me wrong, there's still problems and errors along the way, but I could give more of my time and energy to the creativity, to the, I want to make this thing, right? Because genuinely, a lot of plenty of times, and even still now, I will speak to AI and I will say, I want to make this thing that does this and I don't know, has these functions, da da da. How can I do it? And it will then say and give me step by step on how I can do it. And a lot of it is like, okay, cool, let's just follow that process. Any errors that come up, I'll just give it the relevant errors and scripts to it and just repeat that process. And that's literally all I've been doing for the past, I think I am maybe 450 hours in to my AI game development process. But that's been it, right? I haven't had to watch any tutorials or, remember things. I just get AI to do it. Now, sure, right? There's definitely, certain issues, can be issues with that, right? Because, effectively, it's like if I'm looking at a piece of code, I don't really know what it does. So it's a matter of obviously then giving that to AI and so on and so forth. But I think what's just been really nice is just it is definitely a shortcut. And I've got a load of respect for developers that put in a load of time into making video games and, having to learn code and, be careful with that. But I think that a lot of the time to us gamers, what matters is the game good? And depending on the genre, it could be, is it challenging? Is it relaxing? So on and so forth. We don't really care so much about the developer most of the time. So this is why I think that, look, as long as the game is good, right? Because of course, sure, there might be games out there which use tons of AI and are just genuinely rubbish. That's fair. But I think just with this is if you can keep your creativity, if you can keep your focus on just, okay, cool, could I make this? Could I do that? I think a lot of it is just you really feel, or at least for me, I've really felt like I could pretty much make anything I wanted, any type of game I wanted, because AI enables me to do so. Right? There's not loads of roadblocks that I need to just get through, to perhaps to perhaps get this thing working. Right? I can just get AI AI to do that. And I think just a nice thing of using AI, especially in this sort of industry as well, is yeah, a lot of it just like I would almost say it basically empowers you. It empowers you to believe that, right, if I want to add this thing to my game, I can do it. I just need to follow the step and I need to be patient enough so that I can go and do that and so that I can get there. So that's really what I'll say. And I think any guy that is interested in game development, in making their own video game, but just, it feels out of reach or it feels like there's quite a lot to do, really just consider playing around with AI and seeing what you could make, right? If I were to give you some actionable steps, I'd say first, brainstorm the game you want to make, the type of genre, what that looks like, what the main playability loop is. The second thing I do is probably I look at trying to make some level of game art using AI, right? And actually like making the images through AI. For me, I just use ChatGPT and trying to see what that looks like and get something that you're happy with. And the third thing is just try and make a small playable snippet, right? Whether that's a small little combat scene or whatever, and get AI to guide you through it. I literally had to take screenshots of the Unity dashboard to figure out where I had to make a script and a game object and an image and such. Like I just didn't know anything, and I just was patient enough with that. But I would say only get into this sort of thing if you actually enjoy video games, if you actually enjoy the thought of making your own video game. Because if you enjoy something, you're going to be far more likely to stick through it when it gets a bit more difficult. But let me know if this is something that you'd sort of look to get into. But with that said, I'll chat soon.